Alright, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Big Daddy Cool, Vinny Apicella. And you know what? I'm uh, here for my time and my time now. Uh, I just want to let everybody know I've been trying to figure out whether I don't know what it's going to be. I don't know what this is going to turn out to be, whether it's going to stay as my time, whether it's going to be the cool down with Big Daddy Cool, or just a rehash of SportsWire. But either way, I just can't believe that we're here. I can't believe it's 2018. It's already June. Tomorrow is June 2018, June 1st. And I have to say that this year thus far has been absolutely fantastic in terms of WWE. And, actually quite money making for the WWE as well. I will say that I don't know if it's going to be a weekly show or whenever I feel like it or whenever I have time, but I'm trying to get back into the game. The Spreaker wasn't necessarily helping out simply because of the fact that just couldn't afford it. YouTube is free, and I've been able to do YouTube for free. Just got to share it onto Twitter and get people to watch, which is okay, whatever. But anyways, I'm going to try to pick one topic every week or every show and try to talk to the folks about it. I've been listening to Jim Cornette's podcasts, whether it's Corny's Drive Through or the Jim Cornette Experience. I've also been listening to 83 Weeks. I've been listening to What Happened When. I've been listening to Something to Wrestle With and Something Else to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard. So quite honestly, I've been at the point where I've been listening to all these podcasts, and I want to cash in. I want to give my viewpoint, and it's my time, and it's my opinions in this podcast. It's not about anybody else. It's not about any corporate vision. It's me. So, what I'm actually looking at right now is I'm actually looking at something. Seeing as the NBA and NHL are both at their playoff times, the NFL is obviously far past their playoff times. Major League Baseball is in the swing of things, and we're at the point now where everybody's starting to gear up for 2019, or next season, I should say. First of all, I want to give a big old congratulations to the WWE for signing the deal with Fox that'll bring SmackDown to Fox on Friday nights starting in October of 2019. 5-year deal worth $1 billion. Raw will stay on USA, and they'll get a better TV deal for that as well, but holy crap, I cannot believe it. Alright, so with that being said, my whole thing right now is going over, actually, that the whole big idea behind the TV negotiation rights and the TV deal with, there we go, that's a little better, the TV deal with WWE and Fox, and then the new one that's going to be coming from NBC Universal for Raw, kind of brought me to where I am today in the point of, is this money going to go into Vince McMahon's pocket or the WWE's pocket, or is it going to actually be pushed to the guys and gals putting their lives, putting their bodies on the line on a weekly basis in the WWE for Monday Night Raw? With that being said, I want to say that the TV deals have become so big for every sport, but WWE is far behind the 8 ball. I would say it's far behind the 8 ball in terms of what their paychecks are like when it comes to the superstars of the WWE. Now, granted, it's not they're not teams, and they're not it's not. We have different teams sponsoring different wrestlers, obviously. But think about it this way: the WWE is one league, one team. They should be able to pay as much. Now, I want to, and they have no off season either. Okay, they're selling out events every night, two of them a night with Raw and SmackDown. Then you factor in NXT, which I'm not for this particular subject. I want to look at the salaries of the top, let's say top 5, top 10 players in each sport in terms of their salaries, and then compared to the WWE superstar salaries. For this exercise, I am going to leave out Brock Lesnar and John Cena. Seeing as Lesnar's a part-timer who comes in and they pay an exorbitant amount for him, and John Cena right now is doing so much with Hollywood that his salary is a little skewed. So I'm going to leave them off for right now, off this list. But let's start with, what do we got here? NFL, the NFL salary, okay? This is as of SportsSpotTrack.com, okay? And it looks like the 2018 salaries, base salaries, okay? That's where we're going now. We're not looking at endorsement deals or bonuses based on play or whatever. This is base salaries, okay? Number one highest paid player is Kirk Cousins, $22.5 million. That's for one season. One season, $22.5 million. Number two be Aaron Rodgers, $19.8 million. Number three is DeMarcus Lawrence, $17,143,000. Tied for third would be Ezekiel Ansah from the Lions, DeMarcus Lawrence from the Cowboys, Ezekiel Ansah from the Lions, $17,143,000. At fifth place, Ndamukong Suh from the Dolphins, $16,985,000 for one season. They play 16 games. Okay, factor in playoffs and preseason. That makes it to 20. Let's say 23, 24 games if they go all the way through to the Super Bowl without a bye, without the first round bye in the playoffs. 24 weeks and upwards of $19 million. That's the top 5. Okay, upwards of $16 million. That's for the regular season. That's $1 million a game. That, my friends, is ridiculous. Okay, so that's football. Let's move on to NBA. Okay, highest paid player Stephen Curry from the Golden State Warriors, $37,457,154. Okay, number two, LeBron James from the Cleveland Cavaliers, $35,607,969. Okay, Russell Westbrook, number three, $35,350,000. Are you sensing a pattern here? Number four, Blake Griffin, $31,873,932. And number five, Gordon Hayward from the Boston Celtics. And by the way, Blake Griffin is from the Detroit Pistons. Then number five, Gordon Hayward from the Celtics, $31,214,295. Okay, so you're seeing all these contracts. Top 5 there are all over $30 million a year, which is $30 million in a year. Okay, baseball, Major League Baseball salaries. Okay, number one, Mike Trout from the Los Angeles Angels, $33,250,000. Number two, be Clayton Kershaw from the LA Dodgers, $33 million. Zach Greinke from the Arizona Diamondbacks, number three at $31 million. And then tied for fourth be Jake Arrieta from the Phillies, David Price from the Red Sox, and Miguel Cabrera from the Tigers, all at $30 million for one season. One season. Then we go to NHL salary, which lower than the other ones, but still. Okay, number one be Connor McDavid from the Edmonton Oilers, $12.5 million. Number 2 will be Patrick Kane, actually tied for second. Patrick Kane from the Blackhawks and Jonathan Toews from the Blackhawks as well. And Carey Price from the Montreal Canadiens, all at $10.5 million. And then number 5, we have a tie of Ans Kopitar from the LA Kings and Jack Eichel from the Buffalo Sabres, both at $10 million. Okay? Those are the top 5, okay? In every sport, $10 million or above, with baseball and hockey over $30 million. Okay? Football over $16 million. Now let's take a look at the WWE. Okay? Let's take a look at the WWE superstars. Okay? Now this I'm doing men and women. And like I said, for the reasons of here, I'm not going to include Brock Lesnar or John Cena in the rankings. However, I will say Brock Lesnar gets a $10 million salary, 5 years. Okay, Lesnar makes $500,000 per main event, $100,000 for the sale of merchandise, which is crazy. Okay, John Cena makes $8.5 million. He gets paid $500,000 for main event appearances and 5% for merchandise sales, almost $1 million. 3 years contract. Okay, so those two I'm gonna not include for right now, because of the simple fact that they're special cases. Okay, these are the full timers now. Okay, number 1 would be Roman Reigns at $5 million. Okay, which is still pretty good, but pretty commendable amount. He earns 5% from main event pay-per-view sales, other bonuses in case winning WWE championship matches. Number 2 would be Randy Orton at $4.5 million. 3.25% bonus for high merchandise sales, free travel, and pay-per-view revenue share. Okay, Seth Rollins, $3 million. No bonuses for merchandise sale, but makes $250,000 per main event appearance. The Miz at $2.5 million. 5% merchandise sales, travel and accommodation, pay-per-view share. And rounding out the top 5 would be AJ Styles, $2 million. AJ Styles and Dean Ambrose both tied with at $2 million. AJ makes big money. He gets main event pay-per-view revenue share, and Dean Ambrose, his earnings double for pay-per-view event and more bonuses included in contract for winning championships. So what we're seeing here, that's for the men. The women, I'm not going to include Ronda Rousey because she got paid a lot because of her name. As of yet to be full-timer. She's always there, but she's not wrestling weekly. Well, she's making $1.5 million, 5% extra bonus for high sales on merchandise, and free travel and pay-per-view event share up to $500,000. Okay. Let's see. Okay, so going to the full timers, Charlotte Flair, $550,000, just over $500,000, extra bonus on winning main event matches. Number 2 be Nikki Bella, who's not even there, $3.5 million. I'm sorry, $350,000. Alexa Bliss at $350,000. Mickie James at $300,000. Brie Bella at $300,000. Natalia's at $300,000. Asuka's at $250,000. So they're much lower than the men. They're much lower than any other they're the lowest paid superstars. And they put their asses online. And they put their heart into their shows. So that right there is telling me that the professional sports players make too much money. I'm very sorry about that, but that's what it is. They make way too much money. And dare I say that the WWE superstars are actually much more athletically inclined than anybody on the MLB, NBA, NFL, NHL rosters or on the playing field. The WWE superstars are much better athletes. Because you know what? Regardless of what you play, if you take LeBron James and put him into a wrestling ring. We saw that in the 90s with Dennis Rodman and Karl Malone. They went through their training, okay? I'm not saying they didn't, and they're natural athletes, but you can't just go into the WWE and do what, Floyd Mayweather took his time to do too. Now, I didn't include boxing or MMA because they're separate. I believe the UFC is similar to the WWE, but with boxing, you get paid per fight, and you get paid millions and millions and millions of dollars, as we saw with Conor McGregor and Floyd Mayweather back a couple years ago. The fact of the matter is, like I said, dare I say, the WWE superstars much better athletes, especially the women, but the men are no slouches themselves. They're wrestling day in and day out, 5 nights a week. They get 2 nights off, and on those 2 days, they're making their live appearances for, for autograph signings or radio spots or TV spots or whatever. Like I said, I did not include John Cena because he's doing so much with not only WWE, but his movie career. He's doing the Today Show. He does so much, so I'm not including him. But, these guys are out there day in and day out, putting their bodies on the line, jumping off the top rope to the floor, really physically hurting themselves, whether it's scripted or not. They still get hurt. They still take their bumps. So with that said, I'm sorry, but I firmly say the WWE superstars are superior athletes to anybody in any other sport. There have been some that made successful transitions. Obviously Bill Goldberg being one of them. That's him repping the shirt today. But you saw Brock Lesnar, though, couldn't make it in the NFL. He went to UFC, became UFC champion. He's a fighter. He is a monster. He is one of the best, most decorated combat fighters of this generation. So with that said, you could tell he was fantastic. But you take a guy like, Mike Trout from the Angels, put him in a wrestling ring, he wouldn't know what to do. But he gets paid $33 million or whatever it is to swing a bat. And I play baseball. It's not the easiest game. Trust me, there's a lot that has to go into it. And you need to be skilled. But to catch a ball and to throw a ball and to swing a bat, you get $33 million a year. That's crazy. That's crazy. But it is what it is. So, this is the debut of my time. I want to thank you all for watching. With that being said, I think you're going to enjoy what's going to be coming up in the near future from this show. So stay tuned, and I hope to find a co-host soon, so it's not just me talking.